and the conditions have settled just a little bit. I think is probably the easiest thing for me to say without getting anybody into too much trouble. Thank you. 2.7 seconds at the head of the field. Mustang from Toyota GR. And further down the field, it is Mustang battling BMW.
Hunter Yeany on the move.
Yeah, that's for fifth
the number 4
down.
Yeah, really good start for him, for the 2020 US F4 champion. He's the youngest driver to take that title at the time, but he's moved up, just gone past John McAllister. So McAllister early on, he got up to 3rd position. Now he's back in 6th. So the BMW quick on that opening phase, but just fading back a touch now as some others force their way forward.
I think we've moved into a bit of a holding pattern here, which I'm very pleased about. It can be sometimes a little bit like letting fireworks off at the start of a Michelin Pilot Challenge race. Perhaps the 4-hour nature of the BMW M Endurance Challenge is just playing on people's minds. Time to make time up, but also that you don't want to give away a good position at the moment. So now what they are looking for is drive time. And we, as Peter said, there is
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
That's critical, because in this championship you have, for the full season cars, you'll have 2 drivers sharing the car. But for the longer races, some teams decide to bring a 3rd driver in, and we've got some really impressive 3rd drivers who've been brought into the mixed drivers, like Dan Law, like Andrew Davis, guys with so much experience in sports car racing in North America and various other places too. But there are a lot of drivers in the mix who don't make their prime living from motor racing. They have successful businesses and they come here to win, but they come here for enjoyment as well. So they will try and do their minimum of 40 minutes and no more, and try and get the professional driver that they're sharing with in most cases to get in there and maximise their time in the car. So that's often could be quite a big lap time delta between the full professionals and the others. So that is part of the strategy of Michelin Pilot Challenge. So it makes it so fun to watch.
You know when I said we were in a holding mode, Peter?
No, that's gone out the window.
Yeah, do you want to just scratch that comment?
Edit that out.
Yeah. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And I think Hannah Grisham is just off the back of that at the moment. Matthias Least battling in there as well. So Team TGM, that's the number 4 car, 5th. Sorry, that's the Medusa car.
No.
Oh no, this is the BMW Auto Technic car for Chris Tasker. Number 25 machine struggles over the curb. Didn't get it high centered though. No, go backwards. Is he going to get it off the edge of the circuit there? He does. That's turn 1 into turn 2. Do you know what? There's no damage.
Has he got an X-Drive BMW M4?
He must have. He must have. Comes through turn 1, starts to lose it. I've got it. I don't have it. As through goes the Mustang behind him, the number 30 car for Scott Thompson. Oh, there must have been a moment there when he said, no, I'll just feather the throttle, I'll be fine. Now, we've all done that on all of the simulations and the platform games. How many times you've done that and not hit that inside wall? He has absolutely looked in, put the lottery on this weekend. His problem now is he gets eaten up as he's trying to clean off the tyres in that machine. The Auto Technic number 25 car, he's getting eaten up by the front-wheel drive cars because they absolutely love the twisties on the infield.
And it'll come back on the back straight, because GT4s they're quite slippery. They've not got too much aero, and they've got good power. Oh, Chow Chavez problem, number 54 Pan Am Toyota.
Right front puncture.
I think it could be damage to the tyre.
Yeah, right front puncture. I thought he was coming in the pit lane for a moment. I could see so much of the tarmac. Now, I know that the paving of that former grassed area gets a little bit of a hard time by the purists, but it does give drivers the opportunity to stay well off the racing line if they have had a problem on one of the fastest parts of the course. And Caio Chavez will bring that car around, but he's losing time in that Toyota. Also hearing
a damaged tyre for the number 25 of Christopher Taskin. Now that is the car that that had that spin at turn 1. Now, was the tyre going down and then had the spin, or did the tyre get damaged when he maybe just nudged onto the grass?
If it is the right rear, that could have caused that slide, couldn't it? Because you're leaning on that massively coming off the banking.
Sean McAllister's back in the groove again. He's just made a great manoeuvre up the inside of Matches Least. In fact, there were 3 wide: McAllister, Least and Chogsy, Porsche, BMW and Toyota in there. And McAllister was just the latest on the brakes, used the grunt of the BMW, leaned up the inside into the Le Mans chicane, and he moves back up into 3rd position. And that just gives Paul Holton a little bit of a reprieve in 2nd position. But our race leader, Nate Cicero, he's 4.5 seconds down the road all of a sudden. He's gone.
Confirmed front left puncture from Neil Cole down in the pit lane, who joins the broadcast. Good afternoon, Neil. Hear more from him when we get some drivers who get out of the car after the first of the pit stops. So that must have been just maybe dragging that off as he went over the curb for Chris Taskin.
Could have been. Yeah, and the inside of the curb can be quite sharp in places, and it's easy to damage the tyre there. Paul Holton hanging on well in 2nd, but the big train behind him, led by Sean McAllister in 3rd place. Then it's Matches Least, the former IndyCar driver, in the number 7 Porsche GT4 RS for VPX Racing. Least, of course, won the British Formula 3 Championship, but a little bit of damage, unfortunately, for the Rafa Toyota GR Supra number 12. Doesn't appear to be holding back too much, but Race Control may not like that. That bit of rear bodywork on the right-hand side of the car flapping about for Varun Choksey. I think they may well have to ask that car to come in, because if it detaches at high speed, that's not... And, well, just as I say that, Race Control, off it pops, car 12, mechanical, black flag. Which means you have to come in and get that repaired immediately.
Now, I would say that means he's got to come in at the next possible opportunity, so he'll see it and be being told it now and past the line. If the team, how far are we into this? Not far enough. Half an hour in. You know, I'd bring him in straight away. Well, I'd bring him straight away and top his fuel off as well.
You're thinking about the 40-minute minimum driver time. I was thinking the same, but they are only a 2-driver lineup with Kiko Borto, so it might be that they've got to do more than one stint anyway, so it's not a disaster, I don't think.
I'd bring him in, I'd fuel him, I'd put a new set of Michelin Pilot tyres on, and I'd send him. And then he's half an hour off strategy with everybody else, and then you wait to see if the race comes back to you.
Into the pits then comes the Rafa Toyota.
I think that's smart. You don't risk the wrath of Race Control and giving you a penalty. Pulls in at his pit stop. And yeah, they're fueling it, and they are offering tyres, at least right side tyres. I think that's a great strategical manoeuvre.
You've got to think quick. I mean, that was half a lap they had there, really.
Yeah, barely, yeah, good point. And there's a couple of IMSA officials down there making sure that whatever they do to the car is safe when it goes back out. The choice is to tape that rear back on or to send it out. We've got the PSA number 25 car ahead for Chris Tasker in the pit lane. That's still being worked on, the Autotechnic car.
And if it doesn't rain, it pours. That car has just received a drive-through penalty for improper attire while fueling. So the team weren't ready.
It's Autotechnic,
heading. Yeah, so the officials have been kept busy at that bottom end of the pit lane, or a pit out, if you prefer.
Now the muscle's required to pull half of the rear valance, and the IMSA official said you can't leave the rest of it hanging. You're going to have to tape it back on or take the whole thing off. So that is costing more time here. They're going to fall off the lead lap.
I think so, because the race leader, Nate Cicero, is just coming into the tri-oval now. So, yep, that will be a loss of lap then for the Rafa Toyota. That's such a pity, because it would appear that they've been hit from the back, and that's what's detached the bumper, you would think. potentially maybe coming over a car, but this would be the other reason. But that's such a pity because they were right there in the mix. But if we've seen one fight back in Michelin Pilot Challenge in the past, we've seen 100 of them. This is a race series where you can't ever write anyone off. Turner Motorsport, though, I mean, remarkable from Dylan McIver, the number 95, gaining 20 positions right from the back of the pack, moving his way all the time towards the front. I mean, could we see a last to first? Wouldn't write, like I say, don't write anything off here.
Peter Mackay, John Hindhaugh in the Ford Racing Global Broadcast Centre. Friday afternoon, 15 minutes past 2 o'clock. That puts it at 7:15 in the UK, 8:15 in Central Europe. Hello to you all, whether listening or watching. Thank you very much indeed for choosing to spend some of your Friday evening with us. Hello to Jerry G, who's in NASCAR Turn 4, got his camera out, getting some very arty shots through the chain link fence. At IMSA Radio brings you straight into the Global Broadcast Centre.
Sporting an IMSA move over a cap as well.
Yes, that seems to be one of the caps of choice this weekend. I've seen a few of them around the grounds.
Worn by none other than the fashion icon that is Arjuna Kankapati.
Well, that's what I meant, obviously. He doesn't follow fashion, he sets it. Half an hour gone then, and it's Macumbi McAleer Racing leading the motor race. Just completed 16 laps, nearly 6 seconds to the good from VPX. So Nate Cicero leads, Matthias leads Paul Holton by about a second for Team TGM's Ford Mustang. I nearly said their previous manufacturer there. Just got the opposite look on in time. Then Sean McAllister for Carbon, who are still BMW. Magisa Motorsport for Ford Mustang, that's Hunter Yanni in the number 4 car. Carbon second car, Steve Retterau in the number 37 machine. And then the top 10, BSI Toyota GR Supra with Lucas Weisenberg. Hannah Grisham started in 6th, holding on to 8th after a bit of bumping and barging earlier on. The Aston Martin of Heart of Racing team then number 26th, ahead of Bob McCallion for Core Motorsports Ford, and Kenny Murillo in 10th. Darren Law, by the way, is the best of the Bronze Cup runners in TCR. Mason Filippi for Hyundai from 2 Cupras, Stallion with Gore and Victor Gonzalez Racing. So that's 33, 77 and 99. It seems you have to have repeated numbers in TCR to be in podium positions at the moment. Then the MMG Honda, similar manufacturer of KMW, and those cars all within 4 seconds as we've completed 33 minutes. I'm already thinking that Franco Girolami is staking his claim in TCR for the Michelin moment of the race, because his car is pristine. He has got nowhere near touching anybody.
Well, I've seen him touch one or two.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was there a little bit?
That's the skill of a good touring car driver to be able to get away with things like that.
Right.
But,
okay.
He's been going in there. Anna Grisham now under pressure though for 8th position in her Aston Martin, as here comes the number 59 Ford Mustang of Bob McCallion, former Michelin Pilot race winner, goes past on the trioval, hits the brakes, but Anna Grisham tries to just brake that a little bit later, but no. Unfortunately, it's behind the wall for the number 25 Monotechnic BMW that had a little clip with the wall a few laps ago. But Matthias Leist has moved past Paul Holton, as has Sean McAllister. So Holton, who was hanging on to 2nd position in the TGM Ford, is now just starting to lose a little bit of momentum, and Matthias Leist is starting to clip that gap sector by sector to Nate Cicero in the lead. So Leist, the former IndyCar driver, British F3 champion of the past, driving very, very well in that Porsche, and now that he's got a bit of clean air, he's able to unleash the pace a bit better.
Battling for 10th position to legendary names in IMSA Racing, Kenny Murillo and Darren Law.
Former overall winner Darren Law with the Brumos team in 2009, along with David Donoghue, who's next door to us. He's in race control.
Yeah, I saw that. And the bright orange Murillo Racing AMG, mostly white number 91 Porsche of Darren Law, VRC Motorsports Group. The difference in the sound of that big twin turbocharged V8 and the 4-litre flat 6 of the Cayman 718. The variety in this class is brilliant. Oh, that's a really good run out of the Le Mans chicane by Darren Law. He's right under the rear wing of that bright orange and black AMG. He's closing. He doesn't want to hit the back of it too hard. He'll be close, but there's radiators, intercoolers at the front of that Porsche on either side, and a oil cooler right in the middle as well. Goes to the high side, might get a little more of a draft from Hannah Gresham's car as well, but he can't hold on to the bigger capacity front engine cars. Is the Cayman a little more nimble as Hannah runs a little wide in turns 1 and 2, and Murillo and Law go through. So Hannah Gresham just losing a couple of 3 positions in the last few laps. And Bryce Ward joining the party as well in the Tech Emet number 57. Bryce, father of Russell Ward, formed Winward Racing to further their racing ambitions, and it has become
Anyway, they've done quite a lot of winning in the last few years, haven't they?
And expanded out of the American continent as well and into Europe. They're AMG's participant in DTM. They'll be running Max Verstappen in the Nürburgring long distance series, the Langstrecke series, and the plan is to run him at the ADAC